It's 2 p.m. here in Sydney and time for Startup Daily. For the next hour, we will take you behind Australia's startup community. I'm Sam Brown.
And I'm Simon Thompson, editor of startupdaily.net. And today is really a TGIF, I reckon, after the week we've had, but we've got a great show coming up for you.
Okay, let's move along to our first guest we have here on Startup Daily today. Working from home has, of course, a range of benefits, but there are also risks when it comes to the usual workplace health and safety issues. Enter wearable tech startup Preventure. It's released new features, including free services for businesses to help employees stay safe as they work remotely. Founder and CEO Scott Coleman joins us now in the studio to tell us more about it. Hi Scott, thanks for coming in today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Great to have you in this studio. Now, you probably see we've got signs all around the place warning everyone about what you can and shouldn't do to remain safe in the workplace. I'm kind of thinking, do we need these sorts of signs at home if we're all going to be working from home? And what role does technology have to play in keeping us safe at home?
Yeah, definitely. It's funny, you mentioned the signs in the workplace. After a while, a lot of those signs just become background noise anyway, so they become ineffective. So if we did have those signs around the house, they would be effective for a couple of weeks and then they'd just become a bit of a background decoration. And that's how we came about using wearable technology. So the purpose being, if you measure your movements, whether it be your steps, whether it be your posture while you're working, or your sustained position, how long you've been sitting, if you measure it and then use that data to analyse whether you're at risk of developing neck pain, back pain, or other health issues that we know that comes with sedentary lifestyle, then you can get an alert, you can get information prompting you to change that. So you can either change your ergonomics workstation if your posture is not where it should be, or you can get up and get moving.
And how are you measuring this data? What kind of device is it that you're using?
So it's a small sensor that actually clips on your upper back.
Yes.
So
you've got it
quite lightweight. Yes, I take them everywhere. But it just sits over the collar and it's quite unintrusive, and it measures the angle of your spine, but it also measures your other movements. So we know if you get up and have a bit of a stretch, that's good. It doesn't have to be a big stretch. It can be just standing up, touching your toes, but that breaks that sustained posture cycle, which then prevents injury and prevents pain and deconditioning.
Because the one thing I know is that I've been in workplaces where someone actually comes in and looks at my desk, looks at my computer, checks the whole thing out to make sure I'm sitting right. I'm in a house where my kids are doing their homework, or when they were at home from school were sitting on their bed doing it, or they're in all sorts of weird shapes and sizes. This is really important. The long-term stuff is quite sort of dramatic in terms of the health impacts too, isn't it?
Yes. And we can't all afford to have someone come to our house and do these assessments in our environments that we're doing a lot of work at the moment. So that's why if you actually measure your movements, measure your posture, measure what's happening throughout the day, then you can get those insights without having to pay big dollars or having to invest a lot of money in the ergonomic chairs and ergonomic workstations if they're not suitable.
Okay, so how does the business model work for Preventure if I sign up?
So that's we've been talking primarily about the office coach feature. We do have a blue collar feature as well, which doesn't focus as much on posture. It focuses more on injury risks from heavy lifting and body stressing. But it works on there's a free model. Free model provides the basic information that helps keep people injury free and healthy in the workplace. But then there's a more of a premium model where the sensors are included and the data analysis is included, and you can track progress over time, and that's just a per month cost.
And are you targeting companies here as subscribers, and then they purchase the devices for their stay-at-home workforce at the moment?
Yeah. So it's a duty of care component at the moment. So a lot of employers are sending their staff home to work from home. They can give them ergonomic workstation self-assessments, but a lot of the time, and this is how this started, I thought my workstation at home was set up, and I'm a physio, so I thought if anyone could get it right, it's me, and I developed all this neck and back pain. So that's why I thought, for purely selfish reasons, I'm going to put sensors on, I'm going to measure what I'm doing, and that just evolved to this point. So basically, the sensors are used for short periods, not for long periods, and then the progress is tracked over time, and then information is sent based off the back of the information that's collected.
So as a physio, what did you learn from this experience? What was the thing that sort of surprised you about you?
Well, I learned what I think a lot of us are going through, where we'll set up our ergonomic workstation according to what we think we are, the posture that we think we have. We think we're sitting tall, we think we're quite straight, and then after a while, we creep forward. And so once I collected that data, I realised that was the source of my neck and back pain.
And tell us how the business has gone this year. Have you had to adapt this product offering at all pre and then post-COVID?
Yes, a lot of there's been a lot of trial and error, but a lot of it's come from user feedback. So the data was really valuable. It's how that data can be used to track and engage workers. So to track progress, to show them what they've done, what they have done in the past, but what they should be doing. And that most of the changes have been along those lines, that user interface.
So what advice would you give to everyone working from home? Is it about that sedentary aspect, or is it about the sort of slumping over, or is it all of the above at the same time?
It's all of the above. That's the thing. There's no one size fits all. And it's about understanding the needs of each individual. That's where a blanket approach won't work, where a company gives a blanket approach saying, here's how you should set up your workstations, here's how you should be moving throughout the day. That's not suitable for everyone. So the individual approach, which comes from collecting data, measuring their movements, is the key, and doing it in a cost-effective way, of course.
So, Scott, if we want one, do we just jump on the website and grab it? Or?
Yes. So preventure.live is the website, and we'll get some trials happening.
Fantastic. I reckon we should give it a go anyway.
Yeah,
see how we go.
I agree.
Sitting here for an hour every day at least.
Yes,
Scott,
definitely.
thanks so much for coming on to tell us about Preventure today.
No worries.
Best
Thanks
of luck
for
with
having
it.
me.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Scott.
Cheers.